Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to D Smith. Let's discuss watching this YSL trial. The judge sent Antonio Sledge, aka Muntu, back to jail, right? Because according to her, he was lying. I'm gonna show you evidence. The prosecution lies all the time and the judge does nothing. So to come heavy-handed on Antonio Sledge is bullcrap. So in my opinion, the judge is not to be trusted. But also, when you save, so the judge is not to be trusted. But when you save your lawyer money for the individuals that are in the street, make sure you have a good lawyer in mind. Because this lawyer right here, for Muntu, terrible, trash, a waste of money. Just a waste of money. He did nothing. He was not proactive at all. Unlike Ashley Merchant, who is going ham for her client. Lawyer money, but you better make sure you have the right lawyer. Facts, man. Background: Sledge plea agreement, which allowed him to avoid prison time and instead of 15 years of probation, hinged on him agreeing to 16 factual acknowledgments, right, about YSL. Now, we already know that the YSL DA office is complete trash. We already know that, and the judge know this also. So the decision the judge made is beyond me. According to reports, or if you watch the trial, Judge Whitaker came down on him because he changed his mind. But Judge Whitaker knows the Atlanta DA office is trash. So why she come down hard on Antonio Sledge is beyond me. It makes no sense. She knows this.
I don't view it as a technical violation or akin to a technical violation.
Hear what she says, man, because this is crazy to me.
Considering the solemn oath that he took when he said that he understood.
Did you hear what she said? The solemn oath to the court system.
Every term within the plea agreement, factual acknowledgments, and sentencing acknowledgments, and understood, and in fact orally answered that he understood when both asked by the prosecutor and the court at his plea hearing that failure to abide by any of the terms would constitute a violation of the agreement, and he was notified that the entirety of his probation could be revoked. I do appreciate the fact that this particular violation is a non-violent
She's so full of crap, man.
But I also appreciate the fact that some of the why this could have occurred include the fact that there is just not a proper regard for the judicial system and the serious.
Hear what she said. Not a proper regard for the judicial system. That's out her mouth.
Business with which an oath in court needs to be taken. I actually view this much more akin to perjury, frankly, than a technical violation. And the sentence for perjury is up to 10 years. I am going to revoke 5 years of Mr. Sledge's probation. And Mr. Sledge, I am sympathetic to the fact that you have generally stayed out of trouble, and I want to commend you for that. And I really hope that this revocation doesn't set you back. But we've got to take seriously the court system.
So, did you hear what she just said? We have to take the court system seriously. Oh, really, Judge Whitaker? You hypocrite. Oh, really? That's coming out your mouth during this time?
So, that's the sentence of the court. I find there to have been that violation. I'm revoking 5 years.
And he will be continued on probation, Your Honor?
And reinstate the balance.
Thank you.
Might I ask, is it possible for my client to turn himself in to make arrangements?
I think y'all knew when you came in here that this was a strong.
She already had the plan that she was going to revoke some portion of his probation. She already had that plan.
Possibility. So, no. I'm sorry.
Is any of it, you're saying, is any of it being...
Now watch what she does a few weeks prior to Adrian Love lying ass. Watch what she says. It's two totally different things. Antonio Sledge Mutuk was lying. She catch the prosecution, the DA office, in a lie. She does nothing. And to revoke that man because of the dirty DA office is wrong. It's totally wrong.
Offered for the truth, and you said no.
Your Honor, what I was asking the witness to do is to tell what was of significance to that number.
She knows she lying.
In terms of finding out and corroborating information that he obtained, because he obtained phone records. I don't intend that this evidence or this exhibit will prove or show that this is Justin Cobb's phone number.
You're asking him that?
No, Your Honor.
Testify to that?
I'm asking him, and I understand the court, I'm asking him what handle it's next to, and Your Honor, what he did after seeing what he saw on this social media page.
You represented at the bench that none of this, that being the writing on the right side of the picture, which we're all squinting at because it's tiny on the piece of paper, and so I am relying upon you to actually be honest with the...
She knows the prosecution lies. Come on, man. So Judge Whitaker, you full of it. You full of it.
Court and opposing counsel, so that we can deal appropriately with the evidentiary issue. Was any of it being offered for the truth? And you said no, and then you turned around, and after it was admitted over the overruling of the hearsay objection, based on the representation that nothing was being offered for its truth, you drew the witness's attention to the phone number and tried to have the witness testify to whose phone number it was. If that is not offered for the truth, what is it?
Your Honor, it explains what steps he next took. It wasn't that he sat there and took this phone number and said, okay, this is Justin Cobb's phone number. He went and sought records based on what he saw on this social media post. So it's not, this post can't prove anything, but I do expect that the witness will testify based on what he saw, regardless, because it's a legitimate...
Why can't you just, at the bench, when you know that the reason you're offering it is for the phone number, and then to ask the witness other questions about what he did based on that phone number and seeing that phone number, say to everybody so that we know what we're dealing with, you know, it's this phone number, and then I'm going to ask him XYZ about it.
So we want honesty from all sides. The judge picks and chooses who she believes. She did not believe Mutung, but she believes the DA office in Atlanta on certain things. Judge Whitaker, you're full of it.
Number, and then we'll know what we're dealing with.
Because my understanding that what was being objected to was not the phone number, was the comments that was the words, Your Honor. And again, this piece of evidence does not prove anything, as anybody would be able to say. But when he saw this on Justin Cobb's page, or a picture of Justin Cobb next to what he believed to be Justin Cobb's handle, he sought additional information. The entire
Remember one of the comments?
I'm sorry, what, Your Honor?
I mean, that's
So going forward, if anything come out the DA office in Atlanta, I will not believe them. I will not believe anything the judge says during this court hearing, because it's not fair. It's not fair that she gets to pick and choose. And I thought she's supposed to call balls and strike. She's not being truthful. The judge is not. Right or wrong, let's discuss. And I hope she sees this video, cause you full of crap.
that is included within what you're now calling comments. All of them just being.
And I asked at the bench what comments they were asserting was hearsay, Your Honor. I literally
And
asked
I asked at the bench, is any of this being offered for its truth?
And Your Honor, it's being offered to explain DDA Sprinkle's actions that he took. Next. Your Honor, these records have been collected as part of what he did in this investigation. He was asked on cross-examination, did he take particular steps to corroborate what was given to him in certain interviews? That was the preceding question before I asked him about this particular post. So the state intended and intends to introduce the records that DDA Sprinkle produced or obtained after seeing this post. This post can't suffice to prove that that is Justin Cobb's number. This post only explains why DDA Sprinkle got the number and why it was significant to him in this investigation, where his steps and actions are being questioned.
But you know, Judge, we don't get there. I hear what the state's saying, and it's disingenuous, because we don't get to the second step that they're talking about, what records he procured and why he did what he did, unless we go through the hearsay statement that's contained in the portion that I objected to. And the court is accurate. I was there, and I asked for everything that was on the right side, all the verbiage to be. I said that was hearsay. The state said it was not. It clearly is, because to ask him that specific question, I mean, listen, none of us are obtuse. It is what it is. I think that the state was disingenuous about it. The state's being very slippery in regards to their response to the court's questions. I think it's willful, and I think a mistrial is appropriate. I'm asking.
I can't figure out what it is. If it's disingenuous, if it is that, I don't want to malign the prosecutor standing in front of me right now, so I'm not going to say the possible things that it could be, but it is baffling to me that somebody with the number of...
She knows the DA office, this lawyer, DA Love, is lying. She knows it.
Years of experience that you have, time after time after time, continues to seemingly purposefully hide the ball to the extent you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. And I really don't want to believe that it is purposeful, but honestly, after a certain number of times, you start to wonder how it could be anything but that, unless it is just that you are so unorganized that you are throwing this case together as you try it.
But yet, you believe them during the Moontook hearing, Antonio Sledge hearing. What? You believe them? Judge, you full of shit.
And I am sorry to say that, but this case is being made much more difficult for everybody because of the haphazard way in which it was being presented.
So some of the so I done gathered various comments from different pages. Shout out to the Paralegal Institute of Washington D.C. So shout out to everybody, man, who's covered this trial. One of the comments I read, the state is really on demon time, and it's sad. It's really sad how they doing this brother right here. Who knows if they are being truthful? The state, who knows, man? We know they are full of shit and they lie. Antonio Sledge has did some wrong, no doubt about that. But the way the state is doing their business, lawyer money, but make sure you have the right lawyer, because some of these lawyers are not built the same, and that in this case it is showing you, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's discuss them right or wrong.